Okay gang, the next rule we're going to go over is called the power rule, and you use the power rule when you have an exponent to a particular degree. You're going to be using this one a whole lot, okay? So the power rule says if you have x to the nth degree, you pull the n down in front and you subtract 1 from the n. That's how you find the derivative, okay? So here we go. If we look at the first one and we take the derivative of this, so the rule says pull the power down in front, so I'll pull the 4 down in front, and subtract 1 from the current power. So if it's at 4, I'm going to subtract 1 from that, and I'm going to get 3. So you see how you do it? You bring down the 4, you subtract 1 from the 4, and you get a 3. So this is the derivative of the f function. This is the derivative of the f function. Alright, let's try this one. Now, since it's a radical, let me first rewrite it in its fractional equivalent. So this is a 5th power, so this is x to the 1/5. So this is equal to this. It's just that if you get a radical, I want you to rewrite it in its fractional equivalent. Alright, we're going to use the rule again, so let's give it a try. So if you remember, you bring the exponent down in front, right? The first thing you do is you bring the exponent down in front. So I'm going to bring the 1/5 down in front. And then you subtract 1 from the exponent, right? Then you subtract 1 from the exponent. Now, if you do 1/5 minus 1, that's actually going to be -4/5. Let me say that again. If you start with 1/5 and you subtract 1, that's going to actually give you a negative answer. So I'm going to ask you for the homework and for the exam to please write that in its positive form. So then this is going to be equivalent to this is still your 1/5, x to the 4/5. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to hand in the exponents positive. And if you want to rewrite it back in its radical form, that's fine as well. Okay, so this I'll circle, but some of you will go all the way and you'll actually write it out like, okay, that's fine as well. Just please make it positive whether you write it in radical form or not. All right, now the last one, I want you to take special note here because this will confuse you a tiny bit at the very beginning, but only a tiny bit. When you do the power rule, you want to take the derivative from the numerator. You do not want to take the derivative from the denominator. I believe this is x cubed. So what I'm saying is that before you take the derivative, you want to bring it upstairs. You want to bring it to the numerator. All right? You don't do the power rule from the denominator. You do the power rule from the numerator. You'll see this stuff will get fancier and fancier, but at this point, this is how you do the formula. All right, so now I'm going to take the derivative of this. So just like before, you bring the exponent down in front. Remember, that's the rule. Whatever n is, you bring it down in front. So I'm going to bring the -3 down in front. And then you subtract 1 from the exponent. So -3 minus 1 is -4, so it's x to the -4. And again, just what I said earlier, please hand in positive exponents. So now I'm going to just rewrite this where the x is flipped down. Remember, exponents are very selfish, so the negative only refers to the immediate thing it's on unless there's parentheses. So just in case you forgot this rule, let me just show you real quick. If I have 2x to the -1, that means that I have 2 over x, which is different than having 2x to the -1. That means now both of them flip, so that's 1 over 2x. So I'll just say the rule one more time. The exponent only affects the immediate thing it's on. That's the default. So this -1 only affects the x. It does not affect the 2. If you want to affect more than the immediate thing that it's on, then you must put up parentheses to say who else it's affecting. And so since I put parentheses around the whole thing, it now means the -1 affects all of it, so all of it flips down. Okay, but the default is that negative only exponents only affect the one particular thing it is directly sitting on. All right, gang, I'm going to end that here. So this is the power rule. You're just going to see me do like more varieties of it, a little bit fancier, but nothing crazy, okay? So let me end this video here. This is basic power rule. If you have a radical, rewrite it in fractional equivalent. If you have a variable in the denominator, bring it up and then take the derivative of it. Keep all answers with positive exponents. All right, gang, let's wrap this one up here. I'll catch you in another video. Bye-bye.